Are we? Oh, we're on. Oh my God! I didn't press play. Lauren did. God bless South Africa. Wonderful child. Okay. She's from Pretoria. Is that correct? She's from Pretoria. We have two Praetorians in here, right? We have Amanda's from Pretoria, right? Yes. Are you from South Africa? You're just bored and stretching. He's stretching. Where are you from?
Hungary.
He's from Hungary, but you've never lived there.
I'm from Thirsty. Yeah.
Have you ever lived in Hungary?
Yeah.
You did. How long did you live there?
2 years.
2 years. And how old are you? 3? No, sorry. You are 15? 16? 16?
15.
You're 15? It's amazing. That's international education. You know, people identify themselves with countries and have lived there very little. You know, amazing, really. So, well, why are we here? We're talking about. Oh, did you write that, Lauren?
No.
I did. Okay, I'm sorry. Ernest Rutherford, a Kiwi from New Zealand. Yeah.
Why is he a Kiwi?
Kiwi is the nickname of people who are from New Zealand. Kiwis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the United States are Yankees.
Australians are Aussies, right?
Aussies, Australians are Aussies. England are whatever.
What are Americans?
Americans are Yankees. What are Americans?
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, Yanks.
I don't remember being a Yankee.
Well, it's one of many nicknames. It's one of the less negative nicknames there are about Americans overseas. You know, Yankees.
English or Brits?
But what is it?
English or Brits?
Brits, England, Brits. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Oh, there's Nico. It's like a French.
Where? Enzo, what do we have for French people? What is that?
Frenchies.
Give me a nickname that is not derogatory. I don't want to say something derogatory. Well, excuse me. Enzo.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. He's French, but he doesn't know.
Frenchman.
I understand. Frenchman. Okay. So let's talk about Rutherford, Mr. Kiwi, and he was born in 1871. My grandfather was actually born in 1876. That's how old my grandfather is. Amazing. He's not alive anymore, but he was 91 when he died, and that was 1967 when he died. Can you imagine? He'd be like old.
My grandma's 83, my grandma's 83.
Yeah. My mom's 96. Grandma's old.
Oh, it's
Good.
two different sides of families.
Oh, I
I was like, what?
Okay, could we focus there, you think? They're very excited about Rutherford. It's just, I'll tell you. Just tell these guys about Rutherford, they're just like all over it. Okay, so we have, he won the Nobel Prize in 1908. He's actually, his face is on the front of the New Zealand $100 bill.
They like to say
Okay, all right, good. Thank you for the. And he did the gold foil experiment. What else did he do? What did he discover or kind of found? Kind of the presence for?
Nucleus.
The nucleus. How do you spell a nucleus? Nuclear.
Yeah, but nucleus.
How do you spell nucleus?
E-U-S.
And how did he find the presence of the nucleus?
I think with the experiment, with the gold.
Yeah, he did it with the gold foil experiment. Let me explain to you what the gold foil experiment was. The gold foil experiment was a very, 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 very thin, extremely thin foil of gold that was shot by what? Alpha particles. An alpha particle is a nucleus of a helium.
Oh, I know what this is.
Helium, 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So an alpha particle is actually charged. It has a charge of 2. Okay, an alpha particle. 2 protons and 2 neutrons, no electrons. The alpha particle is the nucleus of a helium. And he shot these very high-speed particles. And he shot the gold foil with the nucleus and found that they all passed right through. Yes, Nick.
Like pay women to sit in the dark and see if they could like see it.
Okay, we'll hold off on that question. Okay, let me get through this, but that's a good question. You can hold off on that. Yeah. So the alpha particles passed through. Most of them passed through. And what he said was essentially that the gold atom was predominantly empty space. And then all of a sudden, some of the alpha particles would be slightly deflected. And then, this was the most amazing thing. And let me give you an analogy that I heard once. That some of the alpha particles were deflected straight back. Now, when I teach physics, we talk about the gold foil experiment in terms of momentums and forces, etc. And an analogy that was told to me by a scientist once was this, that when that alpha particle was deflected straight back, that was literally like a 6-inch artillery shell being fired at close range to a piece of tissue paper. And the 6-inch shell, high-powered shell, being deflected straight back. That's how much sense that made. That was an analogy that was told to me, and it's amazing, and I checked that out, and it's true. The momentum of that alpha particle and the thickness of the gold foil, and the fact that the alpha particle, which is so fast and has so much momentum, for that alpha particle to be deflected straight back, it was analogous to, imagine this, a large artillery shell being fired at a piece of tissue paper, paper towel from your kitchen, and having that shell being deflected back.
Again.
We got to get through this. It's amazing. It's utterly amazing. And that's what he did. So not only did he discover, reaffirm, identify the presence of the nucleus, but he also came up with the understanding that the atom is mainly empty space. It's mainly empty space. The atoms are packed close together, but they're not packed that close together. And relative to the volume of the atom, if the atom was this size, you couldn't even see the nucleus. It would be so small. It would be so small. An atom is mainly empty space. Clear? Are we done with
Yes.
Rutherford?
Yeah.
We're off.